The invocation will be provided by First Presbyterian Pastor Kyle Schmidt. The Pledge of Allegiance by Commissioner Howard Thompson. Please stand. And
let us pray. Gracious and ever-present God, we gather today entrusted with the care and welfare of our county. Grant us, your servants, the gift of unity, that though we may come from different backgrounds, perspectives, and priorities, we may speak and act with one heart, seeking the common good above all else. Give us discernment, O Lord, the wisdom to see beyond short-term gain and partisan division, the insight to weigh each matter with integrity, and the courage to choose what is just and right, even when it is difficult. Guide our minds to perceive the true needs of our neighbors and enlighten our deliberations so that every decision we make reflects compassion, truth, and foresight. Pour out your peace upon this assembly and into our wider community. Calm any anxious thoughts, soften any hardened words, and replace fear with mutual respect. May our debates be characterized not by contention, but by constructive dialogue. May our disagreements draw us closer in understanding rather than dividing or driving us apart. In all that we do, may your Spirit move among us, uniting our strengths, sharpening our judgment, and deepening our commitment to serve with integrity. Empower us to be instruments of reconciliation and hope, that our work today may bear fruit in the lives of all who call this county home. And from the prayer of peace by St. Francis of Assisi, Lord, make us instruments of your peace. Where there is hatred, let us sow love. Where there is injury, pardon. Where there is doubt, faith. Where there is despair, hope. Where there is darkness, light. Where there is sadness, joy. O divine Master, grant that we may not so much seek to be consoled as to console, to be understood as to understand, to be loved as to love. For it is in giving that we receive, it is in pardoning that we are pardoned, and it is in dying that we are born to eternal life. We ask these things in the spirit of humble service and with gratitude for the trust placed in us. In your Son's name, the risen Christ. Amen.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, liberty and justice for all.
thank you very much. We'll now have the roll call, please.
Blake.
Here.
Collins.
Here.
Gilbert.
Here.
Thompson.
Here.
Goins.
Here.
Slater.
Here.
Mason.
Here.
Ledford.
Here.
Rogers.
Here.
Winters.
Here.
Beatty.
Here.
Hughes. Alford.
Here.
Cry.
Here.
It's 13 present and 1 absent.
Thank you very much. We'll now move to the approval of the minutes. I'll entertain a motion for the approval.
Second.
Got a first and a second, open for discussion. There being no discussion, call the roll, please.
Blake.
Yes.
Collins.
Yes.
Gilbert.
Yes.
Thompson.
Yes.
Goins.
Yes.
Slater.
Yes.
Mason.
Yes.
Ledford.
Yes.
Rogers.
Yes.
Winters.
Yes.
Beatty.
Yes.
Alford.
Yes.
Cry.
Yes,
13 in favor, none opposed, and 1 absent.
thank you. We'll now move to the report from the county mayor. Mayor Davis, please.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman, and good afternoon, everyone. First, I'd like to call on Sheriff Lawson, if he would, to give us an update on the recent kitchen fire we had at the Justice Center.
I just wanted to come up here and give you all an update. You've heard about the kitchen fire we had on Tuesday. It happened around 6:30 p.m. I was having dinner, in fact, when I was told that there was a fire in the kitchen of the jail. I knew everybody was gone from there. The meals had already been prepared for the day, so We figured out what had happened by the report. The Cleveland Fire Department done an investigation. The towels, which had been recently removed about 2 hours before from the dryer, had been placed on a cart in the kitchen, and that was actually seems to what caused the fire. They ignited combustibly. I've seen a bale of hay do it over the years. I've seen the combustion take place. You would have never thought if it was a kitchen fire, you would automatically think somewhere with gas, somewhere with the cooking. But it was actually started when nobody was there, and we didn't know anything about it until the alarm started going off. So there is a great deal of damage. The insurance showed up. We got on the phone. Mayor Davis showed up that night along with me. We addressed everything, got a hold of the insurance. They immediately got ServPro in. ServPro out of Middle Tennessee, who they have a contract with, is now on site doing the work. They've done a lot of work over the weekend. They worked through the weekend and Easter as well. If you look at the kitchen, it looks a whole lot different today than it did on Tuesday. We're making progress. The insurance rep adjuster showed up. He has okayed to move ahead. He's working with all the contractors to get things done. They tell me it'll probably be 6 to 8 weeks before we're back in service. In the meantime, our food service is preparing cold meals. Let me just give compliments to Food City and to Mayfield, who generally stepped up the night of the fire. John Gentry, the mayor, I think the mayor got in touch with John Gentry, the mayor of McMinn County, who got a hold of Mayfield. They delivered milk for the next morning. And Food City actually opened their doors, went beyond what they needed to do. They actually gave us all the cereal from their stock room they could get, the individual packs. They also delivered, the manager himself from the Ohoy Crossing store delivered and met me at 6 a.m. the following morning with bananas and whatever we could get to feed the inmates that particular morning. So it's been a process. It's very trying. It's probably going to be better in the long end. I mean, you're going to get probably a new kitchen, and it's going to be good to update it, but we didn't want to do it this way. But it is what it is. We will deal with it. We're working with the food service here in Cleveland to complement some hot meals as we move forward. Generally, hamburgers, hot dogs, chicken sandwiches will be on the menu, and we will monitor as we go. We turn it into TCI to get their okay for a temporary menu until we get back full-fledged with our menu as of the contract. Any questions? I'll be glad to
Anybody have any
answer.
questions for Sheriff?
What was the total damage? You don't.
Don't know.
You don't know
I
yet.
can't give you that figure. I don't know the total damage. I can tell you that it's going to be on up there. I think we're insured through the pool with the state, and they seem to be working with us very well to get it done. Of course, I want to get it done as quick as we can and move forward as quick as we can.
No other questions? Thank you, Steve. We appreciate it. I did stop by and thank Eric at Food City because, like he said, Food City came through with us. It's weird. Our concern was what are we going to do about the first meal, which is just a few hours away, and we've got 500 people to feed. But it worked out all right. Food City did come forward, and I did go by and thank him. You might make sure someone thanks Mayfield. We put a call into Mayfield and asked that they send a truck of small cartons of milk. And by the way, it needs to be here at 6 o'clock, and they were able to put that together, and we're here right around 6 o'clock. So the first meal worked out pretty good, but that was where our immediate concerns were. But thank you for that report, Steve. Moving on, Lisa Lovelace, the CEO for Bradley Medical Center, as it's now called, is here today to give us a report and an update on what's going on at Bradley Medical.
Thank you, Mayor Davis. I appreciate the opportunity to be here with you all this afternoon. First of all, I just want you to know that you have my deepest respect for all that you do to lead our county and to look at the future. I know that you face many, many challenges in that responsibility. It's a personal honor for me to be here to speak with you about healthcare in Cleveland and to share that Bradley Medical Center is quickly becoming the place where innovation investment, and compassion meet. This moment actually marks a full circle chapter in my life, in my career. I've been in healthcare leadership for 25 years, and I returned to my hometown with a clear purpose, to build something new for Cleveland. My time in Dalton, Georgia was deeply rewarding, and it shaped my understanding of what's possible when strong leadership and visionary investment align. That experience and Vitruvian's bold commitment to excellence made it clear that we could reimagine healthcare in Bradley County. Today, I just want to walk through a few things with you on what we have done since the acquisition. I want to share a few highlights from the 10-year facility plan that we're developing, and I want to introduce a joint venture with Siskin Rehab that Bradley Medical Center and Siskin have engaged in. That joint venture reflects the type of forward thinking that our community deserves in its healthcare. I'm grateful to have Dr. Matt Gibson here with me today. He's the CEO at Siskin, and he's going to speak a little bit to that partnership in just a little bit. Since the acquisition, Bradley Medical Center has invested over $200 million in our community. In June, we're planning to convert the electronic medical record to a universal healthcare record that is also very innovative and used by most large systems, called Epic. That is also just a huge investment, and it's going to improve our care delivery. We've added the much-needed 3D mammography in our community, which we really needed to have. It's the most up-to-date in mammography technology, and it's available right here in town. We've increased and improved cosmetic improvements. It signals pride and professionalism to our patients, to our staff, and to our community. We've spent more than $1.5 million on stretchers and beds. We've replaced every stretcher and bed now that was in the facility. And that enhances patient comfort, and it prioritizes staff safety. We are concluding the much-needed renovation of the garage, the parking garage. It's almost complete. It'll be finished in the next couple of weeks. We've replaced facilities and infrastructure such as coolers, chillers, and other core equipment that's essential for reliable healthcare operations. We've also opened 10 additional beds on the 5th floor to try to help with that admitted length of stay. When you're coming out of the ER, we know that those can be brutal. We've all heard about it, and we continue to work on improving that. And, you know, our investment isn't just in buildings, it's really in people. It's in people and relationships. And if you look at our opportunities that we have here, Tasha, go to the next one. This was the ribbon cutting that we had in the community, and this is the tour of trees that we had. It'll become an annual event because the associates and community were so impressed and happy to engage in that. My favorite photo on this slide is actually the one of our mayors who are talking, where Mayor Davis is presenting his words about a name, what is in a name, and Mayor Brooks is helping him there because it's also not known as the night that the lights went out at Bradley. Also, if we look at the community engagement opportunities that we've had, we have associates who are allowed to support the things that are important to us, the things that are important to each of them. The charities and community events, we have had a lot of engagement and requests from the associates to continue to support our community in this way. We've added 59 new jobs. We have we've hired over 100 positions that were vacant at the time of the acquisition. And we have introduced the first ever Director of Patient Experience, Jeremy Johnson, and because we want to champion a culture of empathy and responsiveness. In addition, we have added technical staff in MRI and CT because it took months to get in before that. I know that from my own experience, I was trying to schedule an appointment for my stepson to have an MRI. It was 2 months out. I wasn't here, but I lived here, and that's what we were trying to make happen. It was 2 months out. So it was one of the things that we addressed when we first took over. Additional coverage hours for physicians and nurse practitioners in the ER because of that ER length of stay. That is just so important. So we've increased those coverage hours. And as I already said, the 10 beds that we've added on the 5th floor were also very much needed to improve wait times. We've added scheduling staff and phone lines to improve the access for patients and physician practices. But I think some of the most important things and innovative things that are coming is what needs to come next. What are we doing next? These are basics, and appreciate what you're doing there, but what does the vision look like? And so we are putting together a board that will be finalized over the next couple of months, but I'm proud to say that Mr. Alan Smith will be acting as our board chair. I knew Alan from the time that he worked at Cleveland Community Hospital. He was the chair on the board when I served there, and I'm looking very much forward to working with him again. I think if you know him, you know that his business acumen and his commitment to our community will drive everything that he does in that role. Also, we are excited that we're going to be reintroducing the Bradley Healthcare Foundation. That's going to allow members, residents and members to participate in the growth and the future of our local healthcare. I'm proud to announce that Leslie Painter will be joining us as director in that role. We're not only restoring what's missing, but we're building what's next. We've looked to our 10-year facility plan, and we have a forward-looking approach to the infrastructure and the strategic goals. You'll see here a rendering of a medical office building. We're not sure where it's going to go yet, but we will be looking to expand the medical office building opportunities that we have. I don't know where I missed this, but I think the most important thing that I need to mention is that we purchased 5 acres of real estate from the Moore family across the street from us that will prevent us from being landlocked. And this is where most of these facilities will be located, is on the property that we're no longer landlocked. The next thing that I wanted to mention is a draft rendering of a new women's center. If you notice, there is on the side, there's a catwalk that goes back across that indicates that that's across the street from the current building. And so that 5 acres is, we're developing that. These are draft. They could change, but still, we know that that's an opportunity that we have. The next rendering is really just a potential that we're playing with about potential future growth. And so the way that you develop a 10-year plan is really to look at the population growth, what you need in that community, and so we're evaluating that. That's why we don't have what that is really going to be, what the name of that building is going to be at this point. The next opportunity is, and I'll give you a little insight into our Vitruvian CEO, Jeff Myers. He loves waterfalls. I don't know why, but he does. He has one everywhere he really goes, and so this is a rendering. He said, "This is where I want the waterfall to go," and I said, "Stretchers and beds, Jeff, stretchers and beds." So this is the courtyard area, if you're familiar with it. That's off of the dining area. He wants to make that a community room and expand our meeting space and make this available to the community. So that's something that he has as a project that is important to him, and I think it would be good to be able to serve the community in that way. As we've looked at the population growth, we also have seen the need for expanded medical ICUs. We don't have a rendering of that, but we're working on those things. And updated endoscopy suites. If you know anything about endoscopy at our facility, it's on the 5th floor, and we're going to have to take that other half of the 5th floor to create new beds and spaces. That's going to be in our plan as well. I guess what I want you to hear is that every stage in this journey, our goal is clear: to make Bradley Medical Center a place where you and your family and your neighbors feel confident with the care you receive. Because honestly, those are my friends, my family, and my neighbors too. We want that care to be close to home with people you know and are committed to serving you. So what I would like to do now is to just have Dr. Gibson come up and talk to us about the joint venture that was previously between Chenova and Siskin, and he and I have worked together to try to go forward with moving with an inpatient rehab facility that would be on the west side campus.
Good morning. Thank you, Mayor Davis, and trying to lean up a little bit. There we go. Okay. Members of the commission, appreciate the opportunity to be with you all today. I know some of you, I do not know all of you. Look forward to getting to know you as we work to move this partnership forward and build a new inpatient rehabilitation facility here in Bradley County. These services do not exist here today, so we're excited to bring those services to your community. Siskin Hospital fundamentally is focused on helping to give people, our patients, their lives back, whether that mean following a catastrophic spinal cord injury or a weekend warrior that is just going to one of our outpatient clinics for PT for 6 weeks or so. How do we get folks, whether they're north of 100 years old, as we treat patients as we're all living longer into their hundreds on a regular basis, to folks in their teens? How do we get them their lives back? Getting back to running triathlons or just taking care of grandkids and cooking supper or whatever it may be. So that's what Siskin Hospital has been focused on for over 35 years. We're based in Tennessee. We're nonprofit. We've always been nonprofit. We're independent, similar to Bradley Medical Center, and we're excited about this partnership. And as Lisa mentioned, this is really the resurrection of a partnership that was affected over 3 years ago. And it will be, we'll talk about it, but it's going to be a facility at the same location here in Bradley County on the west side campus. So obviously exciting times for Bradley Medical Center and a lot of the growth that's planned, a lot of the new services, and we feel that this new inpatient physical rehabilitation hospital adds to that as far as bringing more care close to home for the residents of your county. So they do not have to travel for exceptional care like the care that they've received since we opened over 35 years ago at Siskin Hospital. Since we opened in February of 1990, we've treated residents of Bradley County. We've also had an outpatient clinic here in your county for almost 20 years, 19 and a half years. It's currently on Keith Street. We offer outpatient physical therapy, occupational therapy, and speech therapy at that clinic, and have been at that location for roughly 16 years. So just really excited about serving the residents of this community closer to home. These slides here, as you see, we get a lot of external recognition. This is just education, but U.S. News and World Report, Newsweek, just a lot of different organizations, unsolicited, often rank Siskin Hospital's care, best in the nation, best in the region, depending on what they're gauging. And that's a testament to our people, first and foremost. Our physicians, our physical therapists, our occupational therapists. We're blessed to have exceptional people that, again, help people get their lives back. So there's some other slides here that we'll just walk through. This is our outpatient clinic here. Again, we've been in your community on the ground for almost 20 years. We absolutely consider ourselves a fabric of the community. Siskin Hospital's chief nursing officer lives in your community, Tracy Reed. She has for almost a decade. Our chief operating officer, Aaron Spinks, has lived in this community for over 30 years. These are folks that are on my immediate team that live in your county and have for a long time, in addition to this exceptional clinic that some of you are familiar with. This is a really neat video that we'll show you. I promise you it's brief. It's roughly 60 seconds, but it'll give you a flavor of our people and how we're caring for patients every single day and what we want to bring to your county.
For 3 years, hospital rehabilitation has created an environment where it's fun.
Siskin Hospital, we believe that lives back together, one patient at a time.
Are dedicated to works across range, whether it's inpatient care, subacute rehabilitation, outpatient therapies, or hybrid.
We're here to support you every step of the journey.
Passing reflects the community we serve. Together, we create a rich tapestry of skills and background.
Proving that caring can truly change.
We care for those who care. Our community values collaboration,
Respect,
the joy. Here, every day is filled with life and purpose. It is not just a job, it's a chance to make meaningful connections and create positive. We are
we are
here, innovating.
Thank you for letting me share that. Again, you may know some of those folks that live in your community, but it's emblematic of what we do for patients every single day. And again, what we want to do in opening this facility on the Bradley Medical Center West Side campus to bring roughly 30 beds to your community. This is obviously everybody's familiar with the campus. There will be significant renovation done to this campus to bring this new facility to fruition. We are going through, as we speak, the Certificate of Need process in the state of Tennessee. So pending the successful completion of that process, we can begin construction. Both organizations are ready to begin construction immediately. So it could be as soon as this fall. Again, could be even into the summer, depending on the Certificate of Need process. This is on these boards as well, and in case you can't see these, this is a basic timeline. I've referred to most of these points in time, but just to share with y'all how long Siskin Hospital has been in Bradley County. Since the day we opened in February of 1990, that year, 1990, we absolutely treated residents of this county, of Cleveland, at our hospital, in Siskin Hospital. We've had a clinic in your community, as I mentioned, for roughly 20 years on Keith Street now, before that on APD 40. So as you fast forward, Lisa alluded to it, I mentioned it as well, we had a partnership affected. We had definitive documents executed in February of 2022, and our partner at that point, Community Health Systems, decided to exit the partnership later on that year, as they were obviously getting ready for a major transaction with the hospital. So we're excited to now be moving forward with Bradley Medical Center in a very similar venture, obviously with a different partner, with Bradley Medical Center Vitruvian. So, and as Lisa mentioned, we've been working on this and in discussions for several months. So this is just a timeline that notes different milestones in this journey. But that really concludes my remarks. But just what I'll leave you with is Siskin Hospital delivers exceptional care to residents of this entire state. We're actually the largest physical rehabilitation hospital in Tennessee, the largest in multiple states. And the only reason I mention that to you is we feel like there's a correlate to excellence and competency, because we see more stroke patients, more brain injury patients, on and on, than these other types of facilities that are markedly smaller than us. So our folks have more experience in helping to get people back to walking, talking, driving the car, cooking supper, doing all the things that, thank goodness, most of us take for granted, but can be taken in an instant. And so we feel that our size is an advantage and would be an advantage for this community in developing this facility. So there will still be, just to be fully transparent, there will still be, the highest complexity spinal cord patients, for instance, that would come to our main campus because of, technology and things like that, that wouldn't be at this facility. But otherwise, we'll be able to take care of strokes and a lot of other different types of patients that have had a unexpected catastrophic injury that will not have to travel for that care to Chattanooga. They'll be able to get that care here. So we're excited. As I think I speak accurately for Lisa, the Bradley Medical Center is excited. We just appreciate the opportunity to share this plan and vision with y'all. So
thank you.
Thank you for your time.
Does anyone have any questions for Matt? If not, Matt, thank you. If you've ever had a family member or someone at Siskin, they do a great job. You did have a question? Yes, sir.
How many beds did you say you was going to have, Matt?
Yes, sir. 29 beds.
Okay.
Yes, yeah. And it's really a byproduct of the facility and size. So again, there'll be significant renovation to the facility that we're already working on jointly as far as planning purposes. But yes, sir, 29 beds. And we have 96 beds in our inpatient rehab hospital in Chattanooga. And we also have a skilled nursing facility that y'all may be familiar with, Siskin West, so which is a separate facility. But still, that's a significant number of beds. So.
And one question for Miss Lisa. Did you say that you was only going to be dealing with Siskins?
With regard to this
Partners with them?
This partnership, that's the only planned partnership at this point.
Okay.
Yes.
Thank you.
Mr. Winters.
The challenge that I saw when we were in the hospital was the emergency room and the challenge of getting emergency taken care of, plus the entry on the side where people were filling up the waiting room to try to get in. I guess you're identifying that as a problem, and you mentioned something about it, I think, in your presentation.
Yes, Commissioner Winters. Thank you for that question. I will say that there are several things that we've done. We've added additional physician and nurse practitioner coverage hours. So our discharge length of stay is very, very close to the national average, which is around 220 minutes. We're averaging around 250, 260. Our admitted length of stay is still significantly higher than we would like it to be. So, and that is because we just simply haven't had enough beds in the building, which is the reason that we opened the 10 beds on the 5th floor, and that we have plans for later converting the GI area or gastrointestinal area over into additional beds. So the whole 5th floor would end up being inpatient beds.
The period of time I was in there my wife was just a day. We thought it was going to be several days. But the team there was so good, and they were stressed. There was just a small number of people working on that Saturday.
Yes.
But those people in there were the most caring and professional to be able to get tests done and us be out by midnight. So compliments to that group.
Thank
and
you
what
so
you
much.
got going.
And, I'll also say that as a reminder, the number of positions that were vacant when we took over has created a backlog and challenges for us for staffing that we're still dealing with. So it's much better. We have staff that are in there, but some of them are contractors and some of them, they're incentive pay, so they're working more. So it's absolutely at the top of our radar. And I do think that one of the things that Hamilton or Vitruvian brings to this is a new culture, a culture where we really care about the patient and the people that we're serving overall. That is the culture, and we call it the pride values. And so that's a difference that I think that you'll see. I mean, our slogan is excellence, every person, every time, and we say it every day. And so I'm thankful that you're seeing some of that translate into patient care.
Any other questions? If not, thank you again, Matt. Thank you. Lots of people with strokes that ended up at Siskin, and you guys do a great job. We appreciate it. Look forward to it. And it's exciting, Lisa, the things that are happening and the things that are going to be happening in Cleveland and Bradley County. We appreciate it. We look forward to it.
Thank you all.
Thank you. Mr. Chairman, that's all I have.
Well, great. Thank you. We'll now move to the consent agenda. Look for a motion to approve it. Second. Commissioner Mason on the second. No discussion. Call the roll, please.
Yes.
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 Yes. Yes.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. Yes.
Yes. Yes.
Yes. Thank you. We'll now move along to the reports from the committees and or districts. We'll start on our right with Commissioner Beatty, please.
I have nothing to report.
Thank you. Commissioner Alford, please.
Second's doing well, thank you.
Commissioner Blake.
No report.
Commissioner Collins.
All's well on the third. Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Commissioner Winters.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I had the opportunity with several of my fellow commissioners to be at the Pi Center graduation for Wright brothers and for those young men and ladies that graduated from the Wright brothers program and have the potential of great work opportunity. But the Pi Center that was a dream of about 12, 15 years ago is now one of the top educational, vocational experiences that any young person could have that wants to work with their hands and do the things that need to be done. We had some great examples, but the greatest examples were those young men and young ladies that got up and talked with us, looked us square in the eye, and told us that they were ready for the future and they're ready to move forward. And thanking those people working with them for not only teaching them the skills, but teaching them how to be young men and young women. It was a beautiful time to be there. It's also a beautiful time to be in Cleveland at Easter time. I don't know about celebrations in other cities, but we had a celebration for the risen Savior during this period of time. And we are totally blessed. We are a blessed community with the different, whatever the denominations are. whatever your background is you can we know how to celebrate this holiday with kids together. Our churches have had our children up. The thing that was exciting to me, I saw one of the best choirs in our community sing their hearts out. And it was an intergenerational group with a choir. But right in the middle of that group, there were kids that were third grade, second grade, first grade, pre-K, taking their hands and sign languaging the songs. That will stay in their lives forever, stays in my heart, seeing that as a old grandfather. But the point is, we have a great place to live here, folks. A lot of people want to come here and live here. We need to make sure they know this is a community of faith. This is a community that loves hard our Savior and Lord. So that's what I've got to say about Easter at this point, and this community knowing how to celebrate. And the Wright brothers, congratulations to them for making all this happen for our young people. Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you. Commissioner Gilbert, please.
Mr. Winters said every word I wanted to say. Thank you, Mr. Winters. That's all for me.
Commissioner Thompson, please.
Mr. Chairman, nothing to report.
Commissioner Goins.
This district's doing well, except I did hear about the fire at the jail, but it sounds like they got it under control, and I agree with Bill Winters. I love Cleveland too.
Commissioner Slater, please.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I have nothing to report today.
Commissioner Mason.
666 well, thank you.
Commissioner Ledford.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Just a couple little items. Just don't forget about Relay for Life, May 3rd. I need some money. If anybody was willing, I would be glad to take it from you. Let's do condolences for Pope Francis. Remember him, the great leader. And like Bill said, remember the reason for the season. Had not been for the resurrection, I don't think things would be the way they are today. I want to thank Howard Thompson for helping me with a little water issue we had on Ball Road. And last but not least, yesterday, the 23rd of April, was the anniversary of me and my wife, Darlene Ledford, for 23 wonderful years. And thank our risen Savior for giving her to me. That's all I have, Mr. Chairman. Thank you.
Thank you. Commissioner Rogers, please.
I have nothing to report today, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you. We'll move on through. No unfinished business. We'll go through the approval of the agenda. Looking for a motion to second. Commissioner Slater on the second. Winters on the first. The agenda item A. We'll move along to.
We have to vote.
Oh, call the roll. Thank you.
Yes.
Call the roll, please.
Yes.
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 Yes. Yes.
Yeah. Yes. Thank you. Agenda item A. Commissioner Rogers, please.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. This is a resolution to rezone from FAR, Forestry, Agriculture, and Residential District to C3 Highway Commercial District, property located at 3089 Harrison Pike and identified by tax map 040 parcel 124.00. You can see this on pages 55 and 56 of your agenda packet, and I place this in form of a motion.
Second.
Thank you. We'll now go into a public hearing on the rezoning request. Is there anyone here to speak for or against the request? Please, sir.
I'm Heath Luttrell with, I own HL Management Service, HL Construction. Been in business in Bradley County for over 20 years, going on 24, 25. We purchased the property to hopefully eventually move our facility out there in the future. Look forward to making it a better place than what it is now. So that's.
Thank you. Is there anyone else that would like to speak for or against? Commissioner Rogers, what was the vote on the Planning Commission, please?
Unanimous.
Unanimous vote. Okay. After The public hearing is now closed. If there is no further discussion, clerk, call the roll.
Yes.
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 No.
Yes.
Yes. Thank you. We'll now move along to agenda item B. Commissioner Rogers, please.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. This is a resolution to rezone from FAR, Forestry, Agriculture, and Residential District to R1 Rural Residential District, property located at 444 Old Parksville Road Northeast and identified by tax map 059, parcel 019.01. You can see this on pages 57 and 58 of your agenda packet. I place this in form of a motion.
Do I have a second, please?
Second.
Second, got a second. Okay, we will now go into a public hearing on this rezoning request. Is there anyone here to speak for or against the request? Please.
Ben Berry with Berry Engineers. We've had a few of these. This is rezonings for a single-family subdivision, very similar to what's around the site. It's directly adjacent to Benwood, English Oaks. There's a lot of other subdivisions in that area. Just as a reminder, FAR is Forestry, Agricultural, Residential, so it does allow residential subdivisions. R1's really a down zoning, takes a lot of that agriculture out of it. This site does have sewer. There's sewer along Old Parksville Road. So it's a good site for subdivision development within the county. Those are few and far between. I'll be here to answer any questions.
Any questions for Mr. Berry? Thank you very much. Is there anyone else that would like to speak for or against the development?
Mr. Chairman?
Yes.
This did also pass unanimous at the Planning Commission.
That's great. The public hearing is now closed. If there is no further discussion, the clerk, please call the roll.
Yes.
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 Yes. Thank you very much. The next item is communications from the audience. I will now recognize and allow 5 minutes to anyone in the audience that would like to discuss the subject. Is there anyone? So, if there's no one, we will have the next meeting, the work session, Monday, April the 28th at 7 p.m. here at the courthouse. Three-Star Community Forum, April the 24th at 1:30 p.m. at the courthouse. Military Appreciation Day, April the 26th at noon at the Lee Baseball Field.